I can barely sense any Kuvaki at all. This whole area...
Looks like his appetite truly is insatiable. As if...
He's not seriously still getting stronger? What's his endgame here? Everyone's here already!
We've all been on high alert since we split up a few days back, expecting Rerir to... But it's like he just vanished into thin air. That is, until this morning, when a ratnik found signs of wild hunt activity while out here on patrol. As you can see, the Crystonite itself is physically intact.
And we're sure that... Who else? He's the only one who could pull off a stunt like...
Kuvaki loss has reached critical levels. Reiki of Solnari set to maximum threat level. Warning, unless de-escalation measures are taken soon, he will post...
There wasn't a shred of sanity left. Nothing but madness and...
Yeah! Didn't he shout out a bunch of names? Then, he's... Oh,
Last time we fought, we were already at a disadvantage.
Yeah! If I were him and I wanted more Kuvaki, I'd just take it by force. Unless something went wrong.
The other thing is, how does someone who's completely lost their mind still have the wit?
Beats me.
According to certain medical studies, insanity does not always entail a complete loss of rationality. It may be that he is simply living in a world...
That actually sounds about right. He was ranting away to himself the whole time. Like he had
There are many unanswered... Besides his name and...
Exactly. I'd be willing to bet that even if we gathered together every scrap of intel in Nodcry, we still wouldn't...
So, if we do nothing, he'll just keep getting... Last time we had... Oh, Paimon's head hurts just thinking about it! What are we supposed to do against a threat this big?
Well, I do have a little hunch. Somewhere like the Eye of Cra-
A perfectly reasonable hypothesis. However, it is worth noting that these two locations are quite far apart. To investigate them both, we'll need to split up.
I agree, we should split up. Right now, Rerir's goal seems to be gathering Kuvaki, not fighting us directly. Once we're done, let's regroup on Hisi Island.
Wait, why Hisi Island?
If I recall correctly, your largest goddess statue was carved from Kuvaki-rich ore, was it not?
That's right. Yes, it could well be a potential target of his. I should head back and start evacuating the pilgrims.
Splitting up's always gonna be risky. But I guess we don't have much choice, right? We're in a race against time here. And if we do run into Rerir, what then?
That's when you follow the third rule of treasure hunting. Run like the wind.
Didn't you say the third rule was go with the flow?
I don't know. Did I? Anyway, whatever. In this situation, go with the flow means go find backup.
Agreed. If anyone finds so much as a trace of Rerir, do not pursue him. Get out of the area and alert the rest of us as soon as possible. We need to put safety first.
All right, we'd better get moving. Come on, Anefa, let's go.
So guys, the latest version of Genshin Impact is out. Please watch it.
Burn it down!
Any leads?
Nope. Diddly It feels like we're sitting on a powder keg that could go off at any second. Oh, I hate this feeling. I'd rather face him head on than be left hanging.
So, you guys didn't find anything either?
Not loving the word either. How about you, Flint's?
I questioned a few Ratniki and eventually narrowed my investigation down to one suspicion, almost as if he knew someone was on to him. Either that or...
He's been biding his time.
No.
All we can do now is... Wait, he's actually here?
No. Silver Moon Hall. The Lady Kutar might be in danger.
Let's get over there, quick! Why is he attacking the damselette? What's going on?
No time for questions. Stop him!
This is insane.
Yehuda, get Kutar out of here!
On it.
Look where your feeble light has gotten you. Now, you shall plunge into darkness. Thalindus, soon, I will find a way.
Watch out!
Find them. Even if it means turning this place to ashes.
That was too close!
We barely made it out of there alive. What's that guy's deal? How'd he get so crazy strong?
He's a threat to this entire nation. I doubt his strength could even be measured by conventional standards.
I have When me and Anetha showed up, we saw him chasing after this lady like he wanted her dead. Well, we weren't there for the whole thing either. They were already...
Yeah, we didn't see how it all started. It all
Kutar, can you shed any light on the situation?
Kutar. Cross-checking database. I see. So you're the one that the Frost Moon signed.
Wait, she's the moon goddess? Oh, no wonder she looks just like all those statues.
There are many reasons why people might worship the moon, and just as many why they might despise it. I've never met that person before, but there was no mistaking his deep-seated hostility towards me, why he holds me in such contempt. I cannot say. But since he hunts the power of the moon, it's no surprise that I am a
Kutar.
There are many potential motives. For instance, you help the traveler escape his grasp. This could be his way of taking revenge. It is also possible that he covets the Kuvaki inside you and seeks to take it for his own. The list goes on. But right now,
A counter strategy? But we don't stand a chance against an enemy like this. Surely our only option is to run. He's not gonna chase us to the end of the world, right? So as long as we can sneak out of Nodcry undetected— No, I can't say that.
running is our only option.
Huh?
You seem surprised. But what other choice do we have? We are...
Well, I mean...
It's not too late. I can distract him, so you have plenty of time to make your escape.
Wait, what?
Doesn't that make sense? A coyote doesn't stop for bypass. What is it, Lum? The Frost Moon Scions have already grown accustomed to life without their goddess.
We can't just roll over and let him get away with this. That's not our...
Yeah. We can't just call it quits after... Besides, she'd pretty much saved my life back there. If I just ditched her now, I'd never forgive myself.
We can't overlook that you have saved our lives multiple times now. To talk of returning the favor would be a little...
Riri's true objective remains unclear. Even if we were to sacrifice Miss Kutar, there's no guarantee he would stop.
But
Kutar, I know why you left the Frost Moon. They would make self-centered wishes. Force you. If it were me, I might have walked away too. But I believe that time can change everything. And that sometimes it takes losing something precious to appreciate its true worth. After much reflection, I've realized that this was never about whether the Frost Moon Scions need you. Any relationship based on need is purely transactional. You were born here.
thank you, Lauma. But my power is on the wane. I'm afraid I will be of little use to you now. Very well then. I'll do as you say.
Both times you saved us, we were transported across great distances in an instant. Is that one of your powers as the Moon Goddess?
It is, but I find it very draining. I barely managed to pull it off just now, and it will be some time before I'm strong enough to do so again. Rejected by the world, my power is dwindling. Like a lake cut off from its source, slowly shrinking away. Now, it has almost run dry.
What do you mean, rejected by the world?
The 3 moons belonged to the ancient bygone era in which they came into being. From the moment I was born, the world itself has been steadily sapping away at my strength. The 3 moons are not one and the same. As the goddess of the Frost Moon, I cannot wield the powers of the other 2. Yet moonlight has a way of blending together. Each can reflect the other's glow. So when our fingers touched, I was able to restore my strength by drawing Kuvaki from the eternal. But this method of recovery...
It's the Wild Hunt!
Even faster than we expected. We'll have...
See how those Wild Hunt creatures are running away from us. They're likely just a scout.
Then what are we waiting for?
Forest, protect us. By the frost moon of old.
The long sleep beckons. Observe.
Oh, he just keeps coming! This is driving me nuts!
The rear's closing in on us. We need to pick up the pace.
There's too many of them! And this time, we can't fall back on Kutar's house to escape. If this goes on much longer.
Fear the dark!
Leave this place.
Here comes the Grandmaster.
What's the matter? Bit off more than you could chew?
Hold up! Howard, Uncle Varka! You're back from Amsvartnir? Oh, you're Varka? Grand Master of the Knights of...
We could save the intros for later. Right now, let's get you all out of this.
Oh, is
That's the one. Come on, move!
But this is so hard at the end of the last. After this,
Wow! Where are we? This is...
Well, that goes without saying. AKA, the black market of intel. As an expeditionary force on foreign soil, working with them has offered us the most effective way of getting our hands on reliable local intel. This is where we meet. Anyway, where were we? Folks from Nodcry should be pretty familiar with me. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Varka, Knight of Boreas, and Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
We've heard all about you. You look way younger than Paimon expected.
Well, I'm no spring chicken. Definitely feeling some of that back pain today, though.
Another? You mean
Yep. He wasn't nearly as strong back then, but he was still a formidable foe. I brought some of the knights along to give him a little surprise, but he saw us coming from a mile. My squad took heavy injuries, and I barely made it out alive myself. We knew it might have been our last chance, so we staked everything on it. But still, it wasn't enough to stop him. I tried tracking him down afterwards, but he didn't leave a trace. Even in his unhinged mental state, he's as cautious. So, I decided to come find you. And as luck would have it, turned up to find you being ambushed by the Wild Hunt.
Is that why he's been frantically absorbing Kuvaki these past few days? Because he sees you as...
Maybe I'm part of the equation, but even if I weren't, I'm sure he'd still be gathering power.
Note to self, Uncle Varka's strength rating official.
Guess it's my turn to ask questions now. So, what exactly has been happening in Nod...
That's a long story, but I'll try to make it quick.
Wow, I had no idea so much had happened. Sounds like you guys have really been through it. So, the Kutar is actually a Fatui Harpin. Ooh, that's a lot to take in.
I'm truly... You stood with us against the Wild Hunt, and did everything you could to stop it from escalating into a full-blown catastrophe. And then...
You've got nothing to apologize for, Miss Moonchanter. You can plan 100 steps ahead and still slip up. That's just life. No one knows what tomorrow holds. You can't predict which way the wind will... And, to be perfectly honest, I can't say I'm surprised. For all the times we've defeated the Wild Hunt in the past, we've never been able to completely wipe it out. Turns out, we were just delaying the inevitable. But now that a new variable has come into play, fate may well take a different...
A new variable?
Who else? And in a strange way, I think his resurgence might not be an entirely bad thing. The Wild Hunt is like an unrelenting force of nature, but Rerir is an individual with an agenda. He's gotta have a weak spot somewhere. That said, while I was explaining everything just now, some of the...
You mean about our mystery?
That's right. From what you've said, not only did they lead you straight to some key files, they also shielded Hisi Island from a lethal Kuvaki blast. I don't know who or what could pull something like that off. Heck.
I hadn't heard the story about those files. Would you mind repeating their titles for me?
Wild Hunt Phenomena Log, a Nodcrian Ratnik's Field Journal, and Kuvaki Survey Log.
Oh. No. Still doesn't ring a bell.
Another dead end. Guess all we can... Still, it's safest to... Your intel also explains something else I've been wondering about. But once we looked into it, it turned out to be a red herring. I don't know who was behind it, but I doubt it's by chance that he happened to make his comeback while my attention was diverted. And from everything you told me, it sounds like his scheming began well before his return. So maybe luring me away was all... But is it even possible that he orchestrated all of this? The Moon Maiden and the Raker of Solnari. Nodcry of all places. The way everything is unfolding, it can't be a coincidence.
So, what do we do now?
Right now, we've got at least 3 things to consider. Let's go through them one by one. First, we need to figure out how to take down Rerir. If we can't beat him in a straight-up fight, the rest won't even matter. To my knowledge, the bulk of Nodcry's fighting force is already gathered here. But even with everyone united, we're still no match for Rerir in his current state, let alone with his power still growing.
What if there was a way to tap into a new power of our own?
How so?
Have you thought of something, Columbina?
3 moons once watched over this world. The Eternal Moon was the largest. The Frost Moon was the brightest. And the Iridescent Moon was the most mysterious. They say that back then, the 3 moon goddesses wielded immense power. Enough to shape the workings of the world itself. I now bear the Frost Moon's power, and the Eternal Moon's marrow resides within the Traveler.
Hold on. Are you suggesting...
The iridescent moon, the last piece in the puzzle.
That's right.
The 3 moons are said to stir the tides and illuminate...
According to my analysis, major condition.
I know a way, but... Yes. I must speak with Sandrone.
It's a long way from here to the Experimental Design Bureau. There's a high chance you'll be spotted. You shouldn't go alone.
Then that's settled. Next up, our second priority. Somehow, we need to figure out Rerir's end goal. As you saw for yourselves, when he was still in his Wild Hunt form, everything he did was for the sake of recovering his body and resurrecting himself. His first act since then, after laying low for a while, was to try and assassinate this young lady. People's obsessions often reveal their greatest vulnerabilities. There must be a reason why he despises the moon so deeply. Perhaps it sheds some light on his title, the Raker of Solnari. The Wild Hunt has plagued Nodcry for centuries now. If we want to stop it for good, we have to get to the root cause of what's driving it.
It's true. We still know very little about him. If Kuthar hadn't given us that lead, we wouldn't even know his name.
But where would we even start? I doubt even the Intel Queen of Nokrai has a clue, and she has info coming out of her ears.
Oh? That's a rather hasty conclusion for someone who's so painstakingly meticulous when it comes to dealing with machines.
She heard me.
Boss! What are you doing here?
I'm now asking myself the same question. I received a letter from a humble knight of Favonius, requesting a meeting to discuss a major business deal. But it looks like this humble knight had something else in mind.
Details, details. Miss Neffer, since his failed ambush, I've been racking my brains trying to come up with a plan to fight Rerir. Given the severity of the situation, I think it's fair to say that our only chance lies in uniting as one. And I'm talking all the factions in Nokrai. We can't do this without the Curatorium, but I knew it'd be a tough job to win you over. So, I took the liberty of reaching out for a little chat.
Wait a sec. How did you even hear about this place, Neffer? Didn't you say this is meant to be the Knights of Favonius' meeting spot? And a contact hub for the Northern Intelligence Network? And isn't it supposed—
You really think he could have gotten settled in Nodcry without my help? Besides,
Allow me to introduce the current head of the Northern Intelligence Network. If it's intel you're after, she's your woman. Pretty much seen and heard it all.
Please spare me the flattery. Let's cut to the chase. Seems like you've run into some trouble, huh? Well, this certainly qualifies as an unforeseen crisis.
So you're just going to sit—
Why should I get involved? What could possibly be in it for me?
What if we told you we can't do this without you?
Oh? Then I'd say, you'd better make it worth my while. I don't work for free.
I can't put a price on something like this. It's just not in my nature. But then again, you and I have always been polar opposite. If you insist on compensation, I will pay you. Consider this a formal commission.
You just don't give up, do you? Too bad. I know you well enough to know you can't afford my prices. The riskier the job, the more it'll cost. And a moon chanter's stipend isn't exactly generous. Unless you're planning to—
Boss, just that things got really dangerous during the fight with Rerir. If this girl hadn't saved me, I'd be Leyline. If there's any way we can make this work, I'd really—
This is why I'm always telling you never accept favors. They are the hardest debts to repay. You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all kinds of misfortune. Very well. Yehoda, I will help. Flins, that fragment—
Of course.
Let me borrow it. I need it to follow up on some leads.
Wait, you actually have some leads?
Shh. This is top secret information.
I get it. We all have things we'd rather keep to ourselves. Plus, I know we can count on you, so we'll leave the intel gathering in your hands. And that brings me to the third and final item. We need to find a way to distract him. We need time to make our move, so someone will have to stall him. I'm in for this part, no matter what. Anyone coming with?
Count me in too.
Come off it, you two. Quit playing hero. I'm way ahead of you here. And Nefa did a scan of the Moon Goddess's Kuvaki signature, and we're gonna use it to make some once they're ready.
I like it.
No biggie.
All right then. We'll split into 3 teams. Once your team has finished—
That's so cute.
Lady Damselette. Wait, and you two? What are you doing at the Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau? We've been doing our best to mind our own business lately. But if you're just gonna waltz up here like this, you're seriously pressing your luck. Don't blame us for doing what we have to.
Huh! You really think that's gonna scare us off?
We're not looking for any trouble. I just want to see Zandrone.
Do I need to remind you that you're still a wanted fugitive for deserting us? Out of consideration for our former ties and the crisis we're all up against, we'll let you leave in one piece. But don't even think about trying to get inside.
Let them in.
But...
Are you going to make me repeat that?
No, my lady.
Zandrone seems to be in a good mood. Must be maintenance day.
So tell me, to what do I owe the honor this time? Actually, before you answer that, just so we're clear, we're not colleagues anymore, Columbina. I don't owe you anything.
I promise it's nothing big.
It seems like you've gotten the wrong idea here. The only reason I let you in was because I was bored. It seemed like a way to kill some time and satisfy my own curiosity. Whatever miscalculations I may or may not have made in the past, I haven't lost the plot enough to even consider sticking my neck out for your sakes.
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino.
What?
Huh? You mean the knave?
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino. Is she in Nodcry?
No, she's not. Once the work on this facility was completed, she went back with the Rooster and Regrator. The only ones in Nodcry are me and...
Rerir is hunting me. If I'm going to face him, I must first retrieve the lost moon. Is that a no, then?
As if I need reminding. I was this close to settling things with him before someone decided to whisk me away to their weird little garden.
Have you held any tea
parties? Yeah, obviously. You don't seriously think we'd pack it all in just because you aren't here. If anything, they've been more eventful than ever.
I bet you served them.
Who cares about how good the tea is when there's no one around to drink it? I keep losing people. First Rosaline, now you. I'm running out of people who can make me...
You'd always brew a different type of tea for me each time. Was it really just to see how I'd react?
Well, duh. Why else? Oh, yeah. Well, I guess we are overdue for a get-together. Polonia! Have Febronia pass a message to Arlecchino.
Pass along a message for...
Excuse me? Who said you were on the guest list? If my tea meant that much to you back when you were under the
But that protection didn't... I just got tired. It brings back memories from the old days. When I was still worshipped as the moon goddess.
I figured you'd leave eventually. You didn't have as much of a... The Tsaritsa gave you shelter and protection, but that was it. Nothing more, nothing... I get why you but if you keep hanging around with this riffraff, the next time we cross paths...
Well, That might be your plan. But it sounds like... Huh? Listen.
My lady, it's the Wild Hunt.
Another uninvited guest trying to crash my tea party. Clear the area. I'll handle this. Wait, what? You want us to leave you here by yourself? You'll be lucky to make it out of this alive. Go on, get out of here. Stay and watch if you want, but it'll be at your own risk. You're not flagged as... Don't tell me what to do! Look. Stare all you want, Columbina. You're not getting...
I know.
This is exactly why you shouldn't hang around with those people. All their mel... Come on then, Mr. Ray here. Let's pick up... It's your Wild Hunt monstrosities versus my beautiful create... Polonia, get him!
I've upgraded Polonia again since our last encounter, and uploaded every last scrap of your data. So let's finish this, once and for...
Where did you...
Hey, over here!
Curse it. Moon. Go. Keep searching. She...
So this is your method for investigating Rarir's past?
Good deduction.
Whoa! Oh, I guess this must be Sumero decor? That's where Boss is
I'm not sure exactly what you've got planned, but it looks like you're all set. When do we begin?
Whenever we wish. But for some reason, I've got a feeling this isn't going to end well. I've never faced... I, on the other hand, am just an ordinary businesswoman. Our paths should never have crossed, yet here I am, forced to make an enemy of him.
If you ask me, you're about as far...
Once I take a job, there's no backing out. Still, I have to ask myself if the power I'm relying on will even work on an opponent of this caliber. And also how to make... Death is the one thing we can take for granted. It is the great equalizer, however fortunate or unfortunate we may otherwise be. So it's important to consider how to spend what lifespan we have left.
Come on, boss. Lighten up. Quit talking about death. It's bad.
For once, I agree. So this is your method...
Good deduction.
Whoa!
I'm not sure exactly...
Whenever we wish. I've never faced Rarir myself. But from what you've told me, his power is beyond... I, on the other hand...
If you ask me, you're about as far...
Once I take a job, there's no... And also how to make sure... Death is the...
Come on, boss. Lighten up. Quit talking about death.
For once, I agree with you. When you... Is there anything I can do to help?
That won't be necessary.
Eh?
That shady merchant...
Come on, boss. You're pulling my leg again. In what way is she shady? She showed up when I was completely lost and sold me a neat little gadget that was exactly what I needed. Trust me, she's a good person. Anyway, I know who you're talking about. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Hey.
What is it? What's the big rush? You dragged me out of a dream where I was literally swimming in Mora.
I'm charging double my usual attendance fee. See, look how easygoing she is. After that rude awakening, she could have
Dori Sangama Bay? I never would have pictured you two doing.
If you want to make it big in Nodcry, it's all about connections. Lady Nefer just so happens to have a lot of intel that it was back when I first arrived in Nodcry. My trusty assistant, the genie in my lamp, and wouldn't you know it, that's when I've been giving her a 30% discount off all of my goods ever since. Now, so that no one here feels left out, plus any other friends you send my way will enjoy 10% off. What can I say? The great Lord Sangam. So, let me guess. You've run into some trouble?
You guessed correctly.
The one type of gear I've never been short on. What are you looking for? A jetpack fresh from the... at the very least.
What if I told you it's someone with the power?
Is that so? Then we really are
You're...
a powerful woman, make no mistake. I can't reveal her identity, but luckily for you, if you're willing to wait.
Then let me put it in...
Of course not. I have a handy little trinket from one of my generous suppliers, which... Hold on. What exactly are you getting at? No, no! This is for my personal use only!
Let's just say I'm borrowing it. Oh, favors are the worst kind of debt to owe, and now you've got a chance to...
Fine. You can borrow it for 5 days. No, make that 3. And for every extra hour after that, I'm charging you 1,000,000 Mora. Deal?
Deal.
What a way to start the day. Now, was there anything else you wanted? Or can I go back to bed now?
That will be all.
See you later!
Excellent. Everything is well and truly ready. The ceremony can now begin. After initiating the ceremony, your minds will follow me wherever I go. So remember. Now then, let us peer into the Raker of Solnari's past. I made it. I don't recognize this style of simple furnishings. Tape. Looks like the fearsome Raker of Solnari, unless this passed for luxury in Conria. Anyway.
Hi, Rivier. Since you're working extra hours tonight, I thought I'd keep myself busy by checking out that new kebab shop. I've heard good things about their menu. I'll test it out, and if it's as good as everyone's saying, let's go back together sometime. P.S. New stash from the Universitas Magistrorum. I brought some goodies home. A few teacups and a...
They didn't sign their name.
I went over to Joseph's for drinks today. They have a fine collection, but I went alone. Felindis was tied up with something and couldn't make it. Joseph asked why I came alone, but I didn't really have an answer. He then went on to ask about other things. But if he invites me again...
Felindis. That's the same name.
Crane imports keep falling. If things don't pick up, we'll soon be back. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of that new type of mushroom everyone's been into lately. Didn't it start out as a lab-grown variety? I heard it's even mildly corrosive. Seriously, why would you even... I don't care if it's an impressive feat of alchemy.
Grain has to be imported, and they're eating a diet of mostly meat and mushrooms. That would explain why they use so much They even use alchemically modified strains for food. Seems like the people of Conria don't have many options when it...
I've just about saved up enough now.
Making a big purchase. He really is a professional. No, despite what he's become, it seems like he's retained certain habits. Did Rary rip it out himself?
Before I met you, I was the burial place of a fallen moon. A withered wind. It was you who helped me see that my heart...
This is just trivial sentimentality from the looks. The burial place...
Revere, over here.
Dane! Oh, and...
Hello there, Revere. He doesn't get that much free time. So, what are...
Hey,
Come on, don't give us that. I just didn't expect you to be the first one to settle down and get married.
yeah. If you told me that a few years ago, I wouldn't have believed...
So, are you planning to come clean about your job then? I'm guessing...
Sure, I'll have to tell her at some point.
Come on, stop being such a pessimist. For all you... A member of the King's Guard.
Of course he does. Anyway, enough...
Me? Same old, nothing much to... Huh? What's up, Vet?
It's nothing.
Vedifulnir, Dainslift's elder brother. Renowned throughout the court of Conria as the Visionary. And yet, despite the gulf between us, he seems... Does he even know me? Does he see me as a friend of his brother? Or just, why did he react so strongly?
Brown, curly hair and brooding blue. Perfectly normal. As frightening as this monster is in the present, there's something even more...
Felindis? You're back early?
Our equipment's being serviced today, so I got off earlier than usual. Aw, why the long...
Went for a drink with Dan.
Isn't that a good...
Vedifulnir showed up today, too.
Ah, Mr. Vedifulnir. Yes,
He overheard Dainslift mention that I'd recently proposed, and seemed to have an issue with it.
So, you're worried? We're nobodies. Why would the Visionary be concerned about us? I'm sure someone in his position... You worry too much, Rarier. We've been together...
So, you do...
Like I said, I need some time to decide. You can't just rush into things like this. We may be
All right. Nobodies. Sounds about right. Can someone whose gaze is so fixed on a far-flung future even see the present clearly? Besides, the dynasty's fate rests with the king and his inner circle. Meanwhile, every idea they come up with and every decision they make, it affects everything. The opposition tried to speak out, but nothing came of it. And I'm under... A man can have 1,000 reasons to carry a sword, but there are few good excuses to use it. Yet the king has never... What becomes of someone who kills on another's behalf? Can he ever... Thalindis? It's nothing. You were right. There's no reason we can't keep living happily together.
See? You just need to stay I can feel your warmth. Just seeing you makes me happy in a way I... That's better. Getting caught up about things like this.
You go ahead. I just...
Even busier than the big shots, huh? Fine.
Seriously, though, you drive a hard bargain.
Well, that goes without saying. I already told everyone I'd be coming with a dance partner. Besides, they're two completely different things. Let's take it one thing at a time, all right?
All right. White outfit it is.
It seems like Rerir was deliberately hiding his ties to the intelligence services by giving the impression that he was just an... He clearly doesn't want his would-be fiancé to know about his other life. Then again, that... Who'd have thought we were in the same... Let's dig a little deep.
Our last operation was a resounding success, and all thanks to you, Rehir of Solnari. In total, we apprehended 32 dregs of the Crimson Moon, and 67 accomplices.
After all these years since the dynasty's fall, so many of them still linger on.
Indeed, it cannot be denied. Yet it was destiny that the Crimson Moon should be overcome by the eclipse, and that His Majesty, the all-seeing Vinster King, now guides our nation on the path to prosperity. Conria has no further need for a dead moon. But alas, there will always be those who refuse to see the truth, choosing instead to romanticize the past.
That's not entirely true. Much about the Crimson Moon era was worthy of remembrance, and that's exactly why they keep trying to see it restored. Many of its secrets remain unsolved to this day. As it happens, that's...
You still haven't told...
Where would I even start? How do you tell someone that you're one of the king's hand-picked executioners? That your hands are steeped in blood?
You didn't choose this life, any more than I did. Orphans like us don't get a say.
But I'll sure as heck be the one to pay for it. Speaking of which, someone, it seems...
Your concerns are not unfounded. They've taken out many of our colleagues these past few years, and for that very reason. Take care.
Thanks, Thorkel. Thalindis, I never wanted to keep this from you. You're the last person I would ever want to lie to. But that's exactly why I can't tell you. The moonlit dynasties are a thing of the past. Yet even now, with the sun shining high in the sky, there were those... Could that be why Vedalfnir held back? Or was it because... I have to get a clear answer from him. No matter what happens.
Rerir seems to be very concerned. Vedalfnir and Dainsleif, the visionary, and I've investigated this whole area now. Should I try somewhere else?
So, he's late after all. Just you wait, Rerir. You're in for it. Big time.
Are you waiting for someone, ma'am? Could I tempt you into buying some flowers?
Oh, sure.
Thank you. But I'm afraid none of them are as pretty as you.
For someone so young, you sure have a way with words, don't you?
I'm only telling the truth. Look me in the eyes. You'll see I'm not lying.
You're...
May we have a word in private?
Who are you? And what do you want?
It doesn't matter who I am. Too many of our kind have fallen lately,
So I decided to take the risk of reaching out. Not long ago, the Ray here of Solnari led an assault on one of our strongholds. We suffered—
Sorry,
Wait. Hear me out. This time we finally got a clear look at his face and learned his true identity. His name is Rarier, and he claims to be one of the King's guards.
What did you say?
A cruel irony, isn't it? The man you're set to marry leads a double—
Why are you
Simple.
How strange. Rarier couldn't possibly know what happened. Why would her memories appear? The ceremony won't last much longer.
So that was your doing?
Any more questions and—
I had no idea you could— I gotta admit though, I'm itching to see what happens next.
I'm just as curious. Luckily, we managed to—
So far, so good. Especially the group with the Traveler. Their mission is a risky one.
If you're worried about them, go see—
If I know Boss, she—
Oh, they've been proud. Oh, they might not have seen us yet, but that's never. If they spot us, they'll run straight back to Rarier. Oh, guess you're right. Oh, they've been. Oh, they might not have seen us yet, but that's never. If they spot us, they'll run. Oh. Quick, hide! We almost got spotted! Phew! That was a close call. Watch out! He's coming this way! They might not have seen us yet, but them constantly sweeping the area, our way out is completely blocked. Oh, that's never gonna. If they spot us, they'll run. Oh.
Astra. Thank you for completing today's commissions. Here is your reward. Add Astra.